high ball by
Alexis Zavala leading the Spartans.
Snap to Escobar. Jay Escobar.
Shea run, Shea run, slides in with a leadoff triple.
Backhanded by McKay with a big winner by McKay.
Lakewood Youth Sports presents the 10 through 11-year-old Volleyball Championship featuring the Blitz taking on the Blaze here from Hoover Middle School in the beautiful city of Lakewood. Let's have a look at tonight's starting lineups.
Hi, my name is Sophia and my number is 6'7".
My name is Dali Bueno, my number is 11.
Hi, my name is Mason Dang, I'm number 98.
My name is Layla Floyd and I'm number 7.
My name is Natalia Hernandez and my number is 21.
Hi, my name is Renee Logan, I'm number 12.
My name is Analia Lopez and my number is 3.
Aaron Ruffy, number 1, captain.
Emily So, number 24.
Hi, my name is Sophia Victoria and my number is 23.
Lyndon Ruffy, head coach for Blitz, and we're gonna do it.
Princess Sevilla, assistant coach.
Hi, my name is Kayla Aldrin and I'm number 14.
Hi, my name is Alaya Lopez and I'm number 10.
Hi, my name is Kayla Paris and I'm number 17.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Salas and I'm number 12 on Boyer Blaze.
Hi, my name is Zinnia Sanchez. I'm 21 for Boyer Blaze.
Hi, my name is Adriana Sierra and I'm number 23.
Hi, my name is Ava Vasquez and I'm number 15 for Boyer Blaze.
Hi, my name is Zoe Vasquez. I'm number 8 and I'm from Boyer Blaze.
Hi, my name is Maya Williams and my number is 26.
I'm Kalia Salas, head coach for Boyer Blaze.
My name is Arnaldo Salas and I'm an assistant coach for the Boyer Blaze.
Well, welcome everybody to Hoover Middle School here in the beautiful city of Lakewood on this Lakewood Youth Sports Championship matchup in the 10 through 11-year-old volleyball here for 2025. J.R. Ibarra along with you here with City TV. And it looks like the Blaze will be the opening servers with Alyssa Salas. Nice underhand serve. Good rally back and forth going so far in this contest. Good set. And just like that, first points of the night thanks to Kayla Paris from the Blaze. So it's just like that, 1-0. Good matchup of 10 through 11-year-olds here at Hoover Middle School. Salas continues to be your server. Nice underhand serve one more time. Good set. And Paris, nice return. Good set by Paris. Holdren able to get it over the net. Good rally going on once again. Great fundamental work here by both of these squads. And Paris, unfortunately, not able to get it over the net. So just like that, we're tied up at 1. Early here in the contest, first game, best of 3. First team reaching 25 wins the game. Good overhand serve. And not able to recover. So Natalia Hernandez, great serve up there by the Blitz. Blitz in the white jerseys, the Blaze in the white and pink jerseys for tonight. Hernandez once again on the serve, just over the net. Nice dig by Paris. And could not get it over the net here, unfortunately, there for the Blitz. So service goes back to the Blaze. We're tied up at 2. Mariah Williams now comes into the server box early here in the first game of the best of 3. Nice underhanded service, good set. Paris takes it over the net and falls in for the point. So Blaze will be up by 1. Williams once again on service here for the Blaze. Nice smooth underhanded service, good set. Falls in for the point. Now makes it now a 2-point advantage here for the Blaze. Good underhand serve. So now the Blaze up by 3. We're still early here in the first game in this matchup. And just doesn't clear the net, so side out Service goes back over to the Blitz. It's now 5-3. Natalia Bueno will be your server. Great overhand serve. Good velocity on that one. And the combination of Paris and Holdren cannot get a hold of it. So just like that, the Blitz are just trailing by 1 point. Bueno will continue to be your server. Once again, nice velocity and falls right in for the point. So we're tied up at 5. So after having a lead of three points, the Blaze now find themselves tied with the Blitz. Bueno continues to be your server, doing a fine job. Good velocity on the overhand serve once again. Right there, and Salas not able to get it. So just like that, Blitz come right back and now lead by 1. So thanks to the fine service by Bueno, the Blitz, good dig, and falls out of bounds, and we're tied up at 6. So Kayla Holdren will now be your server here for the Blaze. Taking her time, nice underhanded serve, good dig return, and unfortunately the Blaze not able to come up with their own dig, so they'll lose the point. Service goes back to the Blitz. Erin Ruffy will now be your server. She's your captain of the team. Good underhanded serve. Nice return. Harris, nice return on her part. Good set. Great fundamentals on display here in this contest. Falls right in for the point. So the Blaze get right back in it, make it up, and we're tied up at 7. So it's Kayla Paris, actually, that is at your service, and she was the one that helped assist in getting the point. Nice overhand serve, falls right in for the point, so it is the Blaze up by 1. Once again, coming to you here from Hoover Middle School in the beautiful city of Lakewood here on City TV for this 10 through 11-year-old Lakewood Youth Sports Volleyball Championship matchup. Good overhand serve, gets right over the net, and it'll be a 2-point advantage here for the Blaze. So Paris doing a really fine job with her own service. Gets it up over the net. Nice dig return. And just right in. So it'll be a 3-point advantage here for the Blaze. Paris continues to be your server. Nice high service. Good return. That looks like it'll be out of bounds, so now it's an 11-7 advantage. So just like that, the Blaze have begun to accelerate just momentarily in this contest, with Paris continuing to be your server. Falls right in for the point. It's now 12-7. So Paris with the great work as a server, and we'll get a rotation now. This now brings in Ava Vasquez as your server. And we'll call a timeout. It's the Blaze leading this one 12-7. So back to action with Ava Vasquez being your server for the Blaze. Nice underhanded serve, pokes it over. Good rally going on. Good work by both of these squads. Nice high returns. Holdren could not get it over the net, unfortunately. So just like that, the Blitz come right back, able to pick up a point. Now it's 12-8. Emily So will now be your server. Good overhand serve, smashes it in for the ace. So just like that, it is now 12-9. Really good velocity by So on the serve. Another good serve. Return. And unfortunately not able to keep the service in point, so it's now 13-9. Delilah Lopez will now be your server here for the Blaze. Good underhand serve. Nice return. There's a set. Nice way to scoop it over. Harris. And falls right in. Great job there by Aaron Ruffy to grab the point there for the Blitz. Now it's only a 3-point deficit. And Layla Floyd will now be your server. Falls out of bounds, so unfortunately just like that, it's a 4-point advantage going to the Blaze. Zinnia Sanchez is now your server. That falls out of bounds, so now a 5-point advantage here for the Blaze. So just like that, we've gone back and forth. With Sanchez now your server. Just over the net. Does it fall in bounds? Yeah, it appears that it does. So now 6-point lead here early in this contest. Biggest lead of the game so far. This is game 1 out of best of 3. Sanchez your server. Nice high underhand serve. Salas, good return, but looks like it will fall out of bounds, so the Blitz will get the service back, pick up a point, now 16-11. Renee Logan will now be your server here for the Blitz. Nice dig. Salas, and just out of bounds. So just like that, Blitz pick up another point, trail it by 4. Logan maintains service. Nice underhand. It falls in between. Looks like there was a little bit of mix-up. Salas was looking at the ball and it drops right there. So now it's just a 3-point deficit here for the Blitz. We're trailing by 6 just a moment ago. Good dig return. Nice rally going on here between these two squads. Good set. Still live, falls just out of bounds. So the Blaze come right back, pick up an extra point. We'll get service, and now lead it by 4. Adriana Sierra will now be your server here for the Blaze. Oh, unfortunately goes out of bounds, so the Blitz will pick up the point, will take back service, and Analia Lopez will now be your server with the Blitz after having picked up a point. Unfortunately, she's not able to capitalize. Take that back, it does fall in. So it's now 17-15. It's just a 2-point deficit now. Thought that might have dropped out of bounds. So Lopez on the good serve. Nice dig. That will fall out of bounds, so point and service goes back to the Blaze. Now making it a 3-point lead. Zoe Vasquez will now be your server. That goes out of bounds, unfortunately, so now a 2-point deficit with Mason Dang, your lone male figure here in this contest. Salas, unfortunately, not able to get it over the net. So just like that, the Blitz are within 1 point of tying this one up. Dang on the serve. Good return, and we are tied up at 18. So just like that, the Blitz, who at one time were trailing by 6, have been able to make things up through a great set of services. And Dang, once again, a little bit of a knuckleball, and they take the lead by 1. So credit Mason Dang with helping to get that 1-point advantage. Good set. And falls right in for the point. So we're tied up back at 19. Once again, this is game 1, best of 3. Alyssa Salas to once again serve. Nice underhanded service. Good dig by Dang. And it looks like it will go out of bounds and point in favor of the Blaze. 1-point advantage here for the Blaze. Like we said, game 1, best of 3. First to 25 wins the first game. Salas. And just like that, we are back to being tied at 20. Nice back and forth seesaw battle as Sophia Victoria now comes up to be your server. Good service. Holdren with a nice dig and falls right in for the point. Actually, that was out of bounds. So the Blitz will maintain service, gain the point. Victoria remaining to be your server. And a little bit too high up into the rafters, unfortunately. So that ties it up at 21. That's one thing you got to be careful of if you want to take that high archer. It can sometimes will hit the crossbeam, and it did on that one. Mariah Williams back to being service here for the Blaze. Falls right in for the point. Nice work. So 1-point advantage now to the Blaze. Williams, good velocity and unable to get it by Dang, so that gives it a 2-point advantage here now for the Blaze. Once again, it's first to 25. This is game 1, best of 3. And it looks like that one will fall out of bounds. So just like that, the Blitz come right back, just trailing by 1. Sophia Ahumada is your server here for the Blitz. Does it fall in? Yeah, it falls in favor of the Blaze. So just 1 point away from grabbing game 1. Now brings Kayla Holdren into the server box. Kayla taking her time. Good underhand service. Good set. Oh, nice work there by Paris. But the Blitz come up with a point, trailing it by 1. Great contest here in game number 1, best of 3. Talia Hernandez now back to serving here for the Blitz. Just over the net, and we are tied up at 24. Man, what a contest. You can't ask for a better matchup. As we saw earlier, the Blitz were trailing at one time by 6 points, able to make that up. Now trying to close this one out. Unfortunately, that one goes out of bounds. Makes it 25-24. You must win by 2 if you're in this situation here. So it's Paris on the serve. And little bit of timeout here on the court. Blaze just trying to get things arranged here by the coaching squad, making sure everybody's in place. Important point here, as this could close out game number 1 in the best of 3. So both coaches having some consultation with their players just to keep everybody steady at this important part of the matchup here. Paris taking her time. Good overhand pitch. Nice return. Holdren with a hit. And just like that, it'll be game number 1 going to the Blaze. So a really good even matchup as you see the Blaze taking game number 1, best of 3, taking a short time out here. We'll come up with game 2. So we are ready to rumble here with game number 2. It is the Blaze now leading by 1 game in a best of 3 matchup. And unfortunately, first service here for the Blitz goes no place, so it'll be a 1-0 advantage. Salas now your server here for the Blaze. Good attempt by So, unfortunately comes up empty, so it's just like that. A 2-point advantage here for the Blaze. Early here in the second game, Salas your server for the Blaze. Blaze leading by 2. Good dig by So. Good return by Holdren. Falls right in between, so it's now 3-0 in favor of the Blaze. Once again, this is your 10 through 11-year-old volleyball championships here for Lakewood Youth Sports for 2025. Great to have you along with us here on City TV. Salas on the serve. Good return. Bueno gets it just past the baseline, so it's 4-0 in favor of the Blaze. Salas, good high service. Good return by So. Salas not able to get a handle on it, and just like that, let's come right back with a point. Ali Bueno now coming up as your server. She's got a great overhand with great velocity. Falls right in for the point, so just like that, Blitz just trail it by 2. Bueno. Really good velocity on her service. Trailing by 2. Good dig. And unfortunately, Ruffy not able to come up with a dig, and the Blaze come back to a 3-point lead. Blaze leading in this one in game 2, best of 3, have already had victory in game number 1, but just like that, lose service and drop the point. Aaron Ruffy now back to service here for the Blitz. Nice underhanded serve. Good return there by Paris. Another good return by Paris. Bueno with a nice return. And unfortunately, it looks like Logan not able to get this return on that one, and it is the Blaze by 3. Kayla Holdren will now be your server here for the Blaze. On a 3-point advantage here in game number 2. Nice high overhand. So can't get a hold of it. Floyd was also there, so now the Blaze, Blaze leading by 4. Blitz trailing it. I don't think there are any panic. They have trailed as much as 6 points in the first game. We are in game 2. Nice return by Bueno. Good return by Paris. Logan with a good return. Holdren with a good return. Bueno once again with a nice set. And unfortunately, Floyd can't get it over the net. So just like that, 5 points is now your advantage here for the Blaze. Holdren will continue to be your server. Once again, we're early here in game 2 in a best of 3. Holdren gets it right into the line. Point advantage goes to the Blaze. So we are back to a 6-point advantage here for the Blaze. We saw that earlier in game number 1. Blitz did not panic, though. They're a scrappy team. They have the capabilities to come back and get themselves right back into this contest. Holdren taking her time. And not able to get it over the net. So just like that, point is made up. And Emily So will now be the server here for the Blitz. So the Blitz trying to make up that deficit. Nice overhand. And Paris with a good hit. Good return by the Blaze. Attempted dig by So comes up empty. And just like that, it is back to a 6-point advantage here for the Blaze. Kayla Paris now to be your server. Blaze up by 6. Already have 1 game in the books. Good dig there by the Blitz. And the Blaze not able to come up with it, so they get the point loss. And now Floyd will be your server here, trailing by 5. Good underhand serve. Return hits the net, so just like that, Blitz trail by 4. As we mentioned, the Blitz have found themselves in that deficit situation before, so they don't panic. Good high underhand serve. Unfortunately, Paris lets it get away, so just like that, in a matter of moments, Floyd has brought them back into the game, trailing it by 3. Floyd on the service. Nice dig, and unfortunately gets into the net. So it's the Blitz trailing just by 2. So this is a scrappy ball club. They don't panic. They just dig themselves, get themselves more determined. Nice return there by the Blaze. Another good return. It looks like that will be counted out of bounds, and point and advantage will go back over to the Blaze. Service now by Ava Vasquez. As the Blaze lead this contest, already have 1 game in the books out of a best of 3. Vasquez unfortunately dribbles it, and now the Blitz just trail it by 2. Renee Logan now gets to be your server. Nice underhand serve. Good return by Holdren, but it looks like it'll be out of bounds. So just like that, the Blitz trail it by 1. So Logan has really helped bring back the Blitz here. Good return by Paris. Dang gets it over the net. Is it in bounds? Yes. No, it's just out of bounds. So the point goes over to the Blaze. So Delilah Lopez now back to being your server, with the Blaze having a 2-run advantage. 2-point advantage. I'm thinking baseball here. So with a nice dig. Good return there by the Blaze. So not able to get a hold of it, and the Blaze are back up by 3. Lopez continues to be your server. Early here in the second game, with the Blaze having the advantage with 1 game up. So unfortunately lets it get out of bounds. So just like that, the Blaze are back up with a 4-point advantage. We're up by as much as 6 one time in this contest. Good service. Good dig. Nice high dig and good effort, and it looks like it's inbounds. No, it'll be, yes, it will be counted inbounds. So credit Mason Dang with the save on that one. And now the Blitz back on service. Analia Lopez on the serve. Dang, nice return. Paris keeps it in play, or tries to keep it in play, and just like that, Blitz just trail it by 2. Lopez will continue to be your server. Still here in the second game. An advantage here for the Blaze. Service here by the Blitz. Looks like it'll be just short. So just like that, it'll be a turnover. And the Blaze up by 3. High service. Is it inbounds? No, it's not. So just coming right back. The Blitz get themselves back into the contest. Mason Dang will now be your server. He did a very fine job in game number 1. Good underhanded serve. Solace, good return. Nice dig attempt. Not enough, unfortunately, so it's back to a 3-point advantage here for the Blaze. Adriana Sierra is now your server here for the Blaze. Nice high underhand. Good return by the Blitz. Inbounds. So the Blitz come right back, pick up the point. Will get back on service, trailing it by 2. Sophia Victoria, your server. Good return by the Blaze. Is it inbounds? Yes, it is. So the Blaze comes right back, picks up the point, and leads it by 3. Oh, just falls right in. So the Blaze back up to a 4-point advantage. Blitz trying to make things up as the Blaze keep chipping away at it. Now up by 5. Good service, good dig return, and just like that, Blitz come right back, pick up the point, trailing it by 4. Aaron Ruffy back into the game here for the Blitz. And Sophia Ahumada on the service. Good dig by Ruffy. Another good dig. Ruffy not able to get it over the net on that one, and it is now a 5-point advantage here for the Blaze. Just 5 points away from closing this one out. Salas will be back to be as your server. Paris now back into the game here for the Blaze. Good serve by Salas. Good dig and return here. Ruffy feeds it up and in over the net. So Aaron Ruffy will bring a point back here for the Blitz. And just like that, Hernandez on the service. So Natalia to Ruffy. Back to Paris. Good back and forth rally. Good dig. Oh, great attempt by Natalia. Not able to come up with it, and just like that, Blaze are just 4 points away from closing it out. Mariah Williams now back to being your server here for the Blaze. The Blitz get themselves right back into the contest, with Blaze leading this one 21-17. Ali Bueno, great on the service. And just like that, the Blitz able to pick up a point. Bueno, who's just really great with that overhand serve. Really displays great fundamentals. Once again, nice service. And just like that, the Blitz just trail it by 2. So the Blaze, who were showing themselves with a 5-point advantage just moments ago, now the Blitz able to make things up. Falls right in. Unfortunately, Paris not able to get to it, and it's just a 1-point advantage here for the Blaze. So through the great serving here by Bueno, gets themselves back into this contest in game number 2. Good overhand service, and we are tied up at 21. So credit Ali Bueno. trying to pick up the point and take the lead. Good return by the Blaze. Paris on the return. And just like that, they lose service, and the Blaze goes right back on top by 1. Kayla Holdren will now be your server, just 3 points away from closing out game 2 and this match. Holdren, nice high serve. Good return by the Blitz. So with a good return. Ruffin puts it right in there for the point. We are tied up at 22. So the Blitz have really battled back once again. Saw themselves in a 6-point deficit. Aaron Ruffy back to being your server. Gets it up and over. So on the hit, falls right in for the point. So the Blitz now take the advantage, 23-22. Ruffy continues to be your server. Gets it right over. Nice return. Will go out of bounds. So just like that, the Blitz are 1 point away of taking game number 2. So they were trailing in this match just moments ago. Ruffy trying to close this one out. Nice underhanded hit. Paris on the good return. Bueno on the return. So just like that, it is the Blitz grabbing game number 2, and we're tied up 1 game apiece. We are here for all the marbles now. Salas on the service. Good return there by Ruffy. Good set by Bueno. Paris comes right back. Once again, nice high dig. Puts it in. So on the return, just beyond the boundary line. So just like that. No, that looks like it'll be inbounds. So the Blitz come up. Score their first point of game 3. That's the first time that they have come out with a lead in any one of these 3 games in this matchup. Nice overhand smash. Good return by Bueno. Just like that, the Blitz up by 2. This is the first time they've done this here in this contest. In our first 2 games, they wound up trailing early here in each of those games. Nice return by Paris. Good set. Holdren takes it over the net. Good smash by So. 3-point advantage here by the Blitz, so they have really found the momentum here in game number 3. In each of the 2 first games, they were trailing by as much as 6 points in each of those contests. Just over the net. Good return here. And it goes out of bounds, looking for a ruling here. And it looks like the Blaze will come up with a point and the service. Williams back to being your server. Good underhand service. Good dig by Bueno, and unfortunately a mistake here by the Blaze, and they'll trail it by 3. Floyd now coming into the contest here for the Blitz. And Ellie Bueno, such a great server, great velocity on that, and just like that, it is the Blitz up by 4. She's the one that really helped rally back the troops there in game number 2 through her serving. And you can see why. Great overhand smash, once again falls right in for the point. So it's now the Blitz up by 5. So now the Blaze find themselves in a pretty significant deficit. Early here in game 3 in the best of 3. We're all tied up at 1 game apiece. Good overhand hit. Looks like it might be just beyond boundary. Nope, falls right in. So it is a 6-point advantage here for the Blitz. First time we've seen the Blaze behind by that many points. Once again, thanks to Natalie Bueno and her serving. Just over the net. Attempt to dig. Goes out of bounds, so now it's a 7-point advantage. This is pretty huge now. The Blaze have to really buckle down and get themselves back into the game. Here in 3 out of the best of 3. Bueno on the service. Looks like it was touched. Nope. Ruling is it will go to be a point here for the Blaze. So Kayla Holdren back to service as the Blaze finally pick up a point. Good underhand service by Holdren. Nice return. Salas on the return, and it looks like not able to get a hold of it. So just like that, the Blaze pick up another point and trail it by 5. Great fundamentals exhibited by both of these squads as we now take a timeout here in game number 3. It is the Blitz up by 5 points. Great coaching staffs here by Lakewood Youth Sports. We again appreciate so much all the people who make these things take place every year, both for our referees, our officials, our coaching staffs who make things happen for every sport here in Lakewood Youth Sports. So Holdren, your server for the Blaze, trailing this one by 5. Good underhand serve. Good return by So. Harris on the return. So once again gets it right over the net. So it's the Blitz back up by 6. Aaron Ruffy will now be your server. And unfortunately can't get it over the net and turns the ball over here to the Blaze. So Kayla Paris. Nice high service. Good dig return. And unfortunately the Blaze not able to make the return, so it's back to being a 6-point advantage here for the Blitz. Emily So, another great server here on the squad for the Blitz. Good velocity. Looks like it's just out of bounds, so the point and service will go back here for the Blitz. So trailing by 5, the Blaze back on service. And that looks like it'll be just out of bounds. So just like that, the Blitz come right back with the point. And it'll be Floyd on the service now here for the Blitz. So Floyd, nice underhand serve. Good return by Paris. Good dig there by Logan. So on the return. And just out of bounds, and point will go to the Blaze. So the Blaze trying to dig themselves out of this deficit here. Good underhand serve. Dang, not able to hold on to it. And just like that, the Blaze battling right back to try to get themselves back into this game number 3. Good underhand serve just over the net, not able to be handled. And another point picked up by the Blaze. So the Blaze just methodically chipping away at this one. Both squads have done this in each of the first 2 contests. Good return by So. Good return by Paris, not able to dig it up and out. So just like that, the Blitz come right back with another point and now back to service. Renee Logan on service here for the Blitz. Good high underhand return by Paris. Return back by Soba. Looks like it'll be out of bounds. So just like that, Blaze will pick up the point and back on the service here. Underhand serve. Dang tries to dig it up to no advantage. So it's just a 2-point deficit here for the Blaze. Have worked themselves back after trailing by as much as 7. Good underhand serve, falls right in, and it's just a 1-point advantage here for the Blaze. Nice high underhand serve. Good return, good dig. Nice setup over the net. Dang on the return. Just out of bounds, and we are tied up. Boy, both of these squads have dug themselves out of some pretty significant deficits. Dang now on the return. Salas on the return. Nice setup. So, unfortunately lets it go out of bounds. So now the Blaze have battled right back to lead by 1. We'll take a timeout here on the court. Great matchup for these squads in Game 3 of this championship matchup. Once again, if you'd like to get involved here in the city of Lakewood with so many different activities as well as Lakewood Youth Sports, you can go online to lakewoodca.gov/e-catalog and look at the so many great activities or sports activities that take place in the beautiful city of Lakewood here. So the Blaze back up on top in game number 3. Each of these squads, 1 game apiece. Not a good return, unfortunately, for the Blaze, and we were tied up at 13. So the Blaze, once again, who are trailing by as much as 7, with Analia Lopez, unfortunately not able to get the service over the net, and now the Blaze are back up by 1. Unfortunately, another mistake on the serve, so we're tied up at 14. Mason Dang will now be your server. He's done a pretty fine job in service here for the Blitz. Good slow underhanded serve. Salas takes it right over the net. Good return by the Blitz. Salas once again back over. Nice high set. Good rally here going between both of these squads. Salas taking it back over. And it looks like it'll be point and advantage here for Blaze. So the Blaze has battled right back. We keep going back and forth here in these last few points here by both of these squads. Good rally once again. Holdren on the return. Nice back and forth battle just over the net and just out of the reach. So just like that, the Blaze are back up by 2. So in game number 3, with both squads up with 1 game apiece, and the Blitz not able to come back on the return, and just like that, the Blaze are up by 3. Man, what a swing. This is a team that was down by as much as 7 early here in this contest. Battles right back. Falls right in for the point. And now the Blaze are up by 4. Do not count out the Blitz, though. We've seen them battle back from further deficits, so don't hold on to anything real quick there. Vasquez continues to be your server. This one just beyond the line, so point will go over back to the Blitz and back on service, trailing it by 3. So by no means, the Blitz are not out of this contest. Victoria on the service. Holdren, good return. Will it be in bounds? No, unfortunately, just out of bounds. So the Blitz trailing it by 2. Victoria on the serve. Good dig by Salas. Nice return, will go out of bounds, unfortunately. So the Blitz just trailed it by 1. This is such a great even matchup between these two ball clubs. It's easy to see why they both have wound up here in this championship matchup. Great fundamentals being displayed by both of these squads. Salas just out of bounds. We are tied up at 18. Folks, you can't ask for a better matchup than this. This has been such a great seesaw battle between these two squads. You got to give kudos to both of these teams and the coaching staffs. Unfortunately, we'll hit the rafters, and the Blaze will come right back with the 1-point advantage. So the Blaze just 6 points away from trying to close this one out. Salas back to service here for the Blaze. Good return. Looks like it'll be just beyond the boundary, and it'll be a 2-point advantage here for the Blaze. Salas trying to mount a rally here. High up into the rafters, and return unfortunately goes out of bounds. So now the Blaze just 4 points away from trying to capture this championship. Alyssa Salas. Nice service. Good dig attempt. Goes out of bounds. Now just 3 points away. Salas doing a great job on the underhand. Good return here by the Blitz. And goes out of bounds. Now just 2 points away from trying to close out game number 3 and close up the championship. Salas, nice high service once again. Good return by the Blitz. On the line, and it will go advantage of the Blitz. So just like that, they work themselves back into it. And Sophia Ahumada will be on service here for the Blitz, trying to make up that deficit. Good service. Nice return by Salas. Over the net, dig attempt, and great hit by Holdren. And just like that, the Blaze are just 1 away from trying to close this one out. Do not count out the Blitz. They are very capable of making up deficits as we've seen previous in games 1 and 2. Good return by the Blitz. Good return by the Blaze. Ahumada puts it right in bounds, and it is just a 4-point deficit now. Hernandez will now be on service here for the Blitz. Good high set. So on the return. Good back and forth. And just like that, that is the contest, and that is the game and match. So the Blaze win this one by 5 points. But I got to tell you, both of these squads have done an excellent job of displaying great athleticism, great fundamentals, and the Blaze just put up some great opportunities. Had trailed in game 3 by as much as 7 points. Were able to make that up and make things happen. So both squads meeting at center court to congratulate each other. Our congratulations to the Blaze on their championship. Thanks for joining us, folks.